let the cars go. I like the sound of the honking in Vietnam, how it's the echoing our.
Welcome back. In the previous episodes of our journey across Vietnam, we traveled from Hanoi to Quy Nhon, largely following the coastline, before turning inland to explore the Central Highlands, a region shaped by coffee plantations and ancient volcanic formations. In this episode, we continue our journey through Vietnam's Central Highlands, visiting one of the country's most impressive lakes, taking in the region's ever-changing landscapes, and encountering a rather unexpected meal. Join us as we continue to explore one of Vietnam's most interesting yet least visited regions, the Central Highlands. The second part of our journey through the Central Highlands began in the city of Pleiku.
Pleiku, I have to say, it's a very beautiful city. It's well organized, it's mountainous, so it's always interesting. And it has a couple of very beautiful lakes also, mountain lakes.
We visited one of the most striking Buddhist pagodas in Vietnam, Minh Thanh Pagoda. Inspired by Japanese architecture, with its curved roofs and serene atmosphere, it felt as though we had really stepped into Japan. It was a good place to absorb positive energy before continuing the journey. After leaving the city of Pleiku, we made a quick stop to enjoy a drink of sugarcane juice.
We just ordered some sugarcane. Let's see the science of it. Here it comes out, and here goes the drink. And here's a very happy vendor who's professionally doing her job. All the juices are flowing. All the juices are flowing. That's how it looks like. A natural straws. Well, not so natural. Come on.
During our travels, we often rely on locals for information about the roads ahead. As we sipped our sugarcane juice, a friendly local was more than happy to share his insights, pointing out the safest routes and explaining how traffic-related corruption had declined in recent years.
So can you ask him, has he had any problems with the police here?
Chú ơi chú đi quanh quanh đây chú hay bị dừng xe không ạ chú?
Không có, cái đấy nó ít bắt lắm.
Ít bắt à?
Hồi xưa có cái trạm đấy nó không đứng ở đâu.
Sáng nay đi từ Pleiku về đây bị cảnh sát dừng một lần nhưng mà anh kiểm tra giấy tờ xong anh cho đi chứ cũng không vấn đề gì cả.
Không, thực ra mình đầy đủ giấy tờ mình không phạm lỗi thế gì đâu.
Bị cảnh sát dừng xe thì cũng vẫn run tại vì không biết là mình có phạm phải lỗi gì không.
We also learned how the demographics of the Central Highlands had shifted in the 1980s, when many northern Vietnamese, including the man himself, were encouraged to move here and settle in so-called new economic zones. It was a controversial policy, somewhat reminiscent of the migration of Han Chinese into minority regions in China. However, we never saw any signs of tension, and the region's growing agricultural economy, particularly coffee and black pepper, appear to benefit many. As our road continued, we passed the Chư Se rice terraces. It's an ancient system of agricultural engineering that is believed to be at least 2,000 years old. The brilliance of it lies in how it transforms steep, otherwise unusable mountain slopes into productive land for water-intensive rice cultivation. At the same time, the terraces help to control irrigation, prevent erosion, and reduce the risk of landslides.
These are huge. You don't realize how big they are unless you're really close like we are right now.
From the rice fields, we continued towards an area called Ta Som. However, we did not get very far. After reaching a remote mountain range, a sudden downpour forced us to pull over at a small roadside noodle shop. Just as we had settled in, two men arrived out of the rain carrying a small plastic bag of meat. They called it a little tiger, only later explaining that it was in fact cat meat, which they had collected from the roadside so it wouldn't go to waste.
So maybe if the rain doesn't stop, we can even see how the cat meat is eaten. If you want, you can show how the cat is spoiling also.
Before we knew it, the meat was simmering in a pot behind us, filling the room with a strong gamey aroma.
So this is the paste. Not sure
They're using
what else.
these spices and herbs because they are very strong in nature and it's going to cover maybe the gaminess of the cat.
A paste of lemongrass, galangal, ginger and chili was mixed together, ready to be worked into the meat for a quick stir fry.
So this is how it looks like now. Smells very different. It feels wrong if you're coming from an outside culture,
Đã chết rồi
but smells good.
là không được mà
Can't deny that, the herbs smell good. And let's remind again, supposedly it's a roadkill.
It was certainly an unusual scene, but the men were clear. This was a meal of circumstance, not cruelty. They kindly invited us to join, but we chose to decline, acknowledging that it could have just as easily been a pig, a cow, or a chicken. It was no doubt an unexpected encounter, but also an honest reflection of rural life in a different culture.
We are between coffee and durian plantations and driving towards a lake. What's the name of the lake?
Ho Ta Dung.
That's the one. We're not sure, but there should be a viewpoint here. It's a pretty spectacular looking lake, at least from the air. So we shall see.
After a long ride, we finally made it to Ta Som. Ta Som is a hill community that is best known for its proximity to Ta Dung National Park and a majestic lake called Ho Ta Dung. If you've ever visited Vietnam, you're likely familiar with the famous Ha Long Bay, including its beautiful emerald waters and hundreds of towering limestone hills. Well, inspired by that, Ho Ta Dung is widely known as the Ha Long Bay on land. As we walked along the edges of the hilltop, the views that opened up before us were nothing short of breathtaking. With dozens of small islets scattered across a lake shaped in striking fragmented patterns. More importantly, it was completely quiet, with no other visitor in sight. If you visit Vietnam, it's definitely a unique place to see.
We're just walking our bike here to go and take some photo because this area is so beautiful.
There's a wonderful color. The camera won't capture it.
Yes.
From Ho Ta Dung, we continued towards Bao Loc, taking a detour along the lesser-known roads of Ta Dung National Park. Once home to the indigenous Ma people, this remote area is now a vast nature reserve and a sanctuary for many endangered species. It's sad to admit, but after the heavy impact of the Vietnam War and decades of rapid reconstruction, truly untouched nature is no longer a given in Vietnam. For that reason, it felt refreshing to pass through landscapes which are still dominated by wilderness.
But it's over.
It is over.
No, it's going downhill again.
Oh no, it continues. It's gonna be a while. I have to go really slow because we don't have any brakes left. So I'm just trying to use gears.
The road through Ta Dung National Park was pure joy, winding dozens of kilometers through constant climbs and curves of remoteness.
This is Ta Dung National Park. It's huge. We've been driving this mountainous road for how long? An hour? Never ending.
What a place to live. Look at this house here. They don't care about the world news here.
It was a demanding ride, so we were glad to finally return to civilization and sit down for a long overdue bowl of roadside noodle soup.
looks very nice too. Wow, it smells so amazing. Thai basil also.
It does
And
smell
here we
very
have all the herbs here
wholesome, let's put it this way.
to eat together with this
I don't know
soup.
if you put lime into my soup or no.
You will.
Let me squeeze it. Full of juices. This is for my daily vitamin C dose. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
Stop
Sorry.
it. A bad person stepped on a
Oh,
dog.
I didn't know they released him. I'm so sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to cause you any pain. I didn't want to cause you any pain. There's the age you know dogs want to run around and play and fight and wrestle.
Just like a child.
Yes, and very soft, you know.
Oh, look at the tail. It's crazy.
Bellies full, we continue through the landscapes of Bao Loc, a region best known for its tea. Thanks to its mild highland climate, it also accounts for more than 70% of Vietnam's silk production. Riding through the area, we were able to see the hillsides blanketed in mulberry trees, whose leaves are the sole food of silkworms. It may be interesting to know that silk is a natural fiber that is produced by the silkworm to spin a cocoon, a protective casing in which it transforms into a moth. What's even more interesting is the fact that a single cocoon is made out of a single thread, sometimes stretching up to 1 kilometer in length, and spun in only a couple of days.
A big Christian community lives here. Even you have cemeteries between coffee plantations, which looks pretty interesting. People work their whole lives on coffee, making money with coffee, and then they die between coffee as well. Pretty profound.
After passing Bao Loc, we crossed some of the last higher altitude landscapes before Saigon. As we were getting closer to urbanization, it was also one of the last opportunities to stock up on affordable fruit.
It's very cheap, isn't it?
On our way to Saigon, our aim was also to visit Chok Lam Tong Tue Monastery, a temple tucked between the hills and one that holds a special place in our hearts. We had discovered it in one of our earlier travels, meeting the local Zen master himself and the kind people of the temple who invited us to share a meal. This time around, there was no one to greet us, so we enjoyed the temple in quiet solitude, eating star apples and listening to the wind chimes.
I like how you're preparing the star apple.
This is star apple. There's two main varieties. One is white inside, the other is kind of purple. And there's two techniques to eating this one. One is you kind of squeeze it like that, make it nice and mush inside, and then you open up the top and spoon it out. Or the other is you just cut it in half. It needs to be soft. If it looks weird, it is weird. But we don't have proper tools, so I'll make a little hole here, and you can see there's kind of juices coming out. And because of these juices, in Vietnamese, the name of this fruit is actually milk fruit.
Breast milk.
Breast milk fruit. Because it sort of reminds supposedly of breast fruit. It should be much more elegant, the eating of it, but because we don't have any tools, that's the way we have to do it. In general, I prefer to eat it like that though. And if you open it up nicely from the middle, it will actually look like a star, which is why it's called star apple. It's so sweet.
We also caught a heavy rainfall, and by chance did meet one of the Zen master's disciples, who offered us hot tea and snacks as we took shelter. It's a place we hope to return again and again.
Oh, it is amazing.
Our destination for the night and for the next 2 days was Nam Kat Tien. It's a national park renowned for its biodiversity, dense forests, wildlife, and scenic river views. We were already familiar with the area, so we didn't explore the national park this time. Instead, we wandered through the village surroundings and met a lovely lady whose front yard boasted large star apple trees.
Okay, we are now reaping the rewards, eating the harvest. It's pretty delicious.
These people here are so nice.
Yes, the people are so nice. Supposedly she wanted to sell us for 15 dong per kilo, but it was 1.5 kilo. And all she wanted was 15, and not only that, she gave us even more of those. So this is a white star apple, but there's another tree here with purple, but she just said that the white one is better. Ask how old are these trees maybe.
Bà có biết là cái cây vú sữa này là nó bao nhiêu năm rồi không ạ? 40 years.
40 years, ah.
Cây to nhỉ, sai trái hết.
So you can ask her if she grew up here and saw when...
Ai cũng thích nó như cái dù ấy.
Vâng.
Ngồi đây từ sáng trưa, từ trưa đến tối.
She has another tree there. She said everyone loves it because it's like an umbrella. It gives shade.
So ask her if she saw it being planted.
Bán đi chứ.
Thế à?
Rồi thì mà bán đi nắng sói hết.
Vâng. Nếu mà người ta mua thì là người ta bê cả hết rễ đi ạ.
Rồi bốc có mà chỗ này phải 2 xe đất.
Vâng. So she said there were people who came here and wanted to buy the tree, but she didn't sell.
How can you buy a tree?
I think they just stick everything up and then they move it.
Wow. And we'll have another one because they're so good. These ones are good.
With only the final stretch of road to Saigon ahead of us, the journey began to slow down. We crossed our final rivers, passed our last villages, and gradually entered the chaos of Saigon's bustling suburbia. Before long, we were swallowed by this modern city. Looking back on more than 2,300 kilometers on the road, it became more than clear. Vietnam is one of the finest countries in the world for a motorbike journey. Its most memorable sights, stories, and surprises often lie far beyond the major cities, waiting along the roads in between. If you ever consider making your way here, these are the places to see and visit.
Bye bye Saigon. We've just crossed the border from Vietnam to Cambodia.
For us, however, the journey continued in the neighboring country of Cambodia, a place of great history, but also of tragic past.